human beings can express their feelings. We have logic, we have mind, we have reason. Animals don't. They just act on instinct. If animals should have to eat you, they would.
So
And now you're asking another animal not to eat just because you think that they have feelings.
get my phone. It's so cold today. Where are you from?
Argentina.
Argentina, nice.
Yes.
Okay. Over here. Okay, so I'm going to ask you 5 would you rather questions.
Yeah.
And you'll realize what the topic is midway, and maybe we can spark a little bit of conversation. Would you rather be a cat or a dog?
A dog.
A dog, nice. I'm also a dog person. Would you rather be able to talk to animals temporarily or temporarily take one of their enhanced senses or capabilities?
Talk to animals.
Oh shit. Yeah, give me a second. Freaking Dutch wind. Okay, so would you rather be able to talk to animals temporarily or temporarily take one of their enhanced senses?
No, just talk with animals.
Talk to animals?
Yeah.
Can I ask why?
I would love to know what my dog thinks.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I agree. Would you rather have the intelligence of a dog or that of a pig?
A dog, probably.
Would you be surprised to know that pigs are actually more intelligent than dogs?
No, I actually knew that,
you
but I like dogs.
Yeah, fair enough. And the next question is going to be a bit hard. Would you rather be a well-fed farm animal whose life is full of exploitation, only to be cut severely short when the farmer deems you as unworthy, or a wild animal who's mostly starving but gets to live life however you want and as much as you can?
If I had to be a farm animal, then I don't know. I don't know which one I would pick. I think I would pick the farm one.
Can you go with
Yes, I think it just follows like the chain of of life. I mean, you can be a wild animal. You can have a wild animal there out in the wild, but then it gives us a lot also as an industry, to
Yeah.
feed humans. So I think it's valuable also.
Okay.
Take pride in that.
And my final question, I think you already realized the topic, and my final question is, if you can be a farm animal in today's world, which one would you be?
A sheep.
A sheep, like
Yeah.
for...
Yeah.
Yeah, their life is also cut severely short.
Yes, I
They
know,
get
I know.
kicked and they're severely
I know all of
exploited.
the animals are cut short.
Yeah,
But we're all going to the same path and the same end. We're all dying, so we might have a valuable goal in this life. So if it's to feed people, to give them clothes, whatever, I think it's fine.
but would you be okay if somebody said that about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not typical. We don't live in a society like that. We are not experiencing any genocides besides Israel and Hamas and Iran now.
Yeah.
And I think that's atrocious. Just because you're not cutting people's lives short because of a good reason. There's no reason to do that
Yeah.
anymore.
Do you think we need to consume animal products to survive?
Animal products, yes, of course we need.
If I told you that we don't need it, there's several studies that claim that
Yeah, but
as
there are
human beings we don't
there are
need it.
several studies that say that we need them too, and there are a lot of vegan people that are now experiencing osteoporosis and a lot of illnesses just because not consuming animal products.
Okay, but let's in order to bypass this
Yes.
this point right here, because you can say you saw studies, I can say I saw
Yes,
studies,
yes,
right?
it's like you say, I say.
At the end of the day, we both see
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But there's 5% of maybe a population is vegan, or 3%. I don't even know. That's a small percentage of
Yeah.
people, our population, but it's still millions of people that are vegans, and
Yes.
they're that for tens of years, right? 25 years, 30 years, maybe some of them. And so I would say it's possible to survive and thrive on a vegan diet, on a well-planned vegan diet,
I know.
right?
Yes, it's possible to survive. Yes.
Yeah. So the question is then, if we don't need to consume animal products, and there's inherent suffering behind animal products, then don't you think we have a moral obligation to abstain from consuming animal products?
No, I don't think. No.
No. Would you say you're against animal cruelty?
I am against testing on animals. Yes, that's cruel. Just because.
Do you think it's not cruel to end an animal's life just because we have the choice to do so?
No.
No?
No.
So what would you define as cruelty then?
I mean, it's possible not to test on animals. It's possible to test on us, on humans, and we already do that. We have the consequences enough, but we have a choice to do that. And I don't think it's cruel to feed people with animals.
But do you think it would be cruel to feed people with other people, for example?
That would be cannibalism.
And do you think that would be cruel?
Not necessarily if the people were like raped and killed to be fed, yeah, but I mean, if I had to eat humans to survive, like if it was already dead, then I would eat it.
What would you call a rape?
Huh?
What would you call a rape?
A rape?
Yeah. How would you define it?
One human. I'm speaking about humans, not animals. That's why you're trying to deviate the conversation into telling me what. Like,
I'm just trying to say that what is the difference between a human and an animal? That says one is.
we have conscious. We are sentient.
So
people.
are animals, right?
No.
You said animal.
No,
Your dog.
people's animals don't have feelings.
You think your dog doesn't have feelings?
I don't think he has feelings.
Okay,
I
but,
just think I want to know
but
what
the
it
scientific
thinks.
consensus is that they have feelings and emotions, and that the most importantly that they feel pain, right?
Yeah.
So if they feel pain, why would pain is we know what pain feels like. We know that pain doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
and
we can express it. Animals don't. They
There-
can't.
there are
They
also
don't have
human
a mind
being-
of their own.
there are also
They cannot take decisions. They cannot do whatever they want. They just live, reproduce, and die.
But there are
It's
also
not their
human
fate.
beings that
Human beings can express their feelings. We have logic, we have mind, we have reason. Animals don't. They just act on instinct. If animals should have to eat you, they would.
so.
And now you're asking another animal not to eat just because you think that they have feelings.
No, I'm trying to see your
My train of-
logical
yeah.
reasoning because you say that human beings have logic. Would it be that a human being who isn't capable of logic would that human being okay to be slaughtered for food?
Have you ever studied the animal people, the people that they rescued from the wildlife and everything, the studies that they've done? They are not people anymore. They've lived there. Have you seen the psychological studies of people who
I have
not
not,
been
no.
in society? People who have not been in society, they cannot be retrieved. They cannot express their feelings. They are like animals.
And
So
those
if we-
people, would
if
it
we
be okay
were
to
treated-
breed those people and to
No, you
slaughter
cannot
them?
breed those people. You cannot enter them into a wildlife enclosure and let them be. They don't exist. They were people that were left there by their mother when they were young, and they have not. They don't have the logic and the reasoning of an adult, of a.
So would
of
those
a
people
person.
be okay to be slaughtered for food?
It's not okay. They tried to humanize them, but they couldn't. I mean,
But what do you think? Do you think they would be would it be okay to kill those people for food?
it's not. There's no need for that because we have the animals.
But there's no need for animals because we have the plants, right? So the same logic can apply. So
No.
that's why I'm trying to see your logical
No,
consistency.
my logical consistency is that we don't survive from plants. There are a lot of studies that show that the deficiencies, the generations that would cause a lot of deficiencies just by feeding by plants.
But any deficiency that we have that you say caused by plants can be supplemented with supplements, right? Any
Yeah,
vitamin
then why
deficiency.
would you? If you need a supplement, then why? Then you cannot survive through that. You cannot thrive through that.
You
If you
can
need a
thrive on
supplement-
supplements. Do you take any sort of vitamins?
No, I don't.
Well, I take vitamins because I live in this country where you need vitamin D because the sun is not always there. So regardless, for example, regardless of what you do, nowadays vitamins are not just for people who are vegans or vegetarians. Vitamins, it's a whole industry
Yeah, I'm not
because
talking
people
about
need
that.
to
But
take
for
them,
example,
right?
if you needed B12, you needed B12. B12 is a vitamin that you get
Yeah, yeah.
through animals.
Yeah, yeah, you need
cannot get
B12,
it from
yes.
your own. You need B12.
Yes.
So if you cannot thrive just by having plants, then why would you tell me that it's possible to live without plants? Because
But-
you need something to supplement that.
But if I told you that because supplements are part of it, right? It doesn't have to be in that
Yeah,
because
no.
your supplement is no
Do you
longer
think
a
the
diet.
cavemen
it's
and
not-
all the people that survived through the generations had supplements?
But what they were doing also doesn't justify what we are doing today,
No,
right?
we're
We
not
cannot use
justify-
it as a justification for
I'm
what
not
they're
using
doing.
a justify. I'm just telling you that every single generation that came through this planet thrived eating meat, not only plants, meats and plants.
But nowadays
And
we
now-
don't need it anymore. That's the point. That's why I'm sitting here.
Why?
Because anything
Why
that
is
we
it?
need.
Why is it a train of thought as needing something rather than wanting? I want to eat meat and I like meat
Because,
and I love it,
as
and I
I-
don't think that it's cruel, and I don't think that I think that it follows the chain of food that we need to.
Because
I'm sorry if I cannot express myself. I'm not very good at English. Well, I'm
don't
very
worry,
good
you're
at English,
expressing it yourself very well. I would say the only reason why the difference between wanting and needing is that wanting is a choice that we make consciously, and given
Yeah.
that another sentient being suffers for it,
Yeah.
I would say it's what it's
Well,
that's
an
why
anim-
we should
an animal
abstain
cannot
from
do
it,
that.
right?
An animal cannot do that because it has not reasoning. So,
Yeah, an animal
so
cannot, but we
if
can.
If this animal had to choose between eating you and not eating you, it would eat you because it has no fucking reasoning.
Yeah, but as you said, animals may also eat their poop, right, or stuff
Yeah,
like that.
so why
we
won't
should
I
not
eat them?
we should not derive our morals based on what animals
But
do.
why is your morals based on whether I kill an animal or not?
My moral system says it's wrong to kill sentient beings unnecessarily.
Why?
Because if I don't need to kill a sentient being, because see, let's put it this way:
Yeah.
if I could justify saying, because I want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many other actions that I can justify by saying I just want to do it, right?
Yeah, but
Like
you're crossing the board of morale there.
But-
You know, you're talking about your morale.
well,
And there's no one more. There's no your moral or my moral.
But okay, let
No?
me- let me-
There's a. How
let me
to
test
say it?
your morals. Let me test your own morals. Okay,
No,
not
no,
my own morals.
no. I'm not going to stand here to test my morals.
But that's what
It's not my morals, your morals. I think there's a standard. Like this is like a cultural relativism. You cannot be judging people for what they do or for what they did with the eyes of today. You know?
I mean,
So-
I'm not judging them. I'm just merely testing out the logical consistency of the morality that people follow.
Yeah, but there are a lot of loopholes over there. You
Yeah.
cannot test nobody's moral. You can never test somebody's moral.
That's
ever.
what I've been doing for a while now, and I've been testing people's morality for a while. And
Yes, that doesn't mean that it's okay, and that doesn't mean that it would give you a definite answer to what I think of, or if I am a morally good person or a morally bad person.
oh, I'm not here to say whether you're a morally good person or a morally bad person. I'm here to say if you're a morally consistent person or a morally inconsistent person. You see what I mean? That's the difference. I don't think there is such a thing as morally good or morally bad, because everybody, we get to choose which morals we follow, right? The only thing I wanna see if you follow your own morals, if you're morally consistent with your own views, right? That's the only thing that I want to
Okay.
see. So when you say that it's okay to do this to animals, to kill them because we want to do it, would you say that it would be okay within your own moral framework? Would it be okay to say it's okay to kill animals because just for pleasure, for example?
I don't agree with hunting just because it's not needed. It's just because of fun.
Okay, so then what is
I'm
the
not
difference
killing a
between?
cow to eat a steak because I
But
think
both
it's
of
funny.
them. So if we agree that both of them are not needed, one for food and one for fun,
Food is
then
needed.
Food is needed, but
I think that food is needed. It doesn't matter how many plants are there to eat. I think meat is needed. So in my logic system, in my moral system, meat is needed. So if I had to kill a cow to eat it, I think it's fine. But if I had to kill a cow because I think it's funny, because I want to have a rug there that says cow, then that's wrong.
But this statement that you say meat is needed, it's not a moral statement. It's a what do you call it, a science statement, right? Whether you need something or not is not something that you can say I subscribe to what I need. I can't choose what I need. I need what I need.
I need what I need, and I
yeah,
need
you need
meat.
what I need. So the question is, if you were to find out that you don't actually need to eat meat, would you say then that you're
Yeah, but
then you're logically inconsistent in when
Yeah,
applying?
well, but you're applying here a paradigm in which I am not right now. There has not been scientific proof that I don't need meat to survive, like forever.
Do you know
Yes?
have you heard of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics? It's the largest organization of
I also know that
nutritionists
the
on Earth.
pyramid is no longer available.
So what pyramid do you mean?
The food pyramid
So
is no longer the same, but meat is there over there.
So the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics is the largest organization of
Yeah.
nutritionists on earth. It's got about 1,000 nutritionists, and it's in no way a vegan or vegetarian organization. And what they say is that a vegan diet or a vegetarian or a vegan diet, because they mention both, is suitable. A well-planned vegan diet is suitable for all stages and ages of life, including infancy,
Fantastic.
including sports, and all
Yeah, I don't
athletes
subscribe
and
with
all
that. I subscribe with with the health organization that gives a lot of scientific data of why meat is good enough for your system. Like the certain amount of meat is good enough.
I'm
for
not
your
saying it's
system.
not good enough. I'm
just saying.
I'm saying you don't
But-
need it, right? That's the difference. Whether something is good or not doesn't necessarily mean like if I consume, if somebody would tell me that baby meat, like human baby meat, is good for me, I could
It's
say,
not so-
yeah, that's true,
the
right?
thing is that you're putting
that could be true.
information that you're putting
No,
out
I'm
information.
posing
No.
hypothetical right
Yes,
now.
but hypothetical things are not things that have been proven. So I'm not going to believe
No.
something that someone comes and said, "Hey, you know, baby meat is good for you."
The reason
No,
why
that's not.
hypotheticals exist is to try to test hypotheses
Yeah,
only for
but-
the sake of
yeah.
reasoning, to
Yeah,
find
but
out
for
the
the sake
logical
of reasoning, you need something to stand by their own feet. You cannot be telling me, what if now I don't know, like baby meat is no. I don't fucking.
You can
I
pose
don't
any
care.
hypothetical you want to me, and
It's
I
not.
will try to answer it. And it's the same way I pose hypotheticals to you, right? It doesn't. You may not like the hypotheticals because
It's
it
not that I
challenges
don't.
your
No,
view,
it
right?
does not challenge. You're just telling me something that is just not real. So I cannot tell you. Well, in that case, then I would say no.
But that's the whole
If
logic
the
behind
NHS,
hypotheticals.
if everybody in the world, every researcher, every science came to me and told me baby meat is good for you and you need it, then I don't know. Maybe I'll start eating baby meat. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know because it doesn't happen because it won't happen.
But you cannot imagine a scenario when that could happen. What would you do? Because that's the definition of hypotheticals, right? You imagine a
If
scenario,
it were to be needed, then I would probably do it.
but not needed. But as I said, better for you.
No, if it's needed, yeah. If it's better, no. I don't fucking. I mean, it's skincare
There's
is
a
better.
differentiate, right?
Skincare is better for me. I still don't use it. Yeah. Now I'm going. It's supposed to me. I mean, you're telling me that veganism or vegetarianism is better for me than eating meat. I think that I
I
need
don't
meat.
think it's better for you than eating meat. I think there's no difference between veganism and omnivore as whether it's better or not. I think both can be very good and both can
Yeah,
be very bad.
fantastic, yeah.
The only difference is that one contributes to a lot of animal cruelty and one doesn't. That's the only reason why I'm
Well,
standing
yeah,
here.
but I think that-
speaking on behalf of the animals that are going through that cruel process.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think that it's always been this way. We've evolved as humans, and all of our practices have evolved too, and we came across a lot of paths. But I think the one that remains is always the food chain that we have been carrying on throughout the years. I don't think the first caveman that killed. An animal in those stages of life was like thinking, oh, maybe this animal is. I don't think he's doing
But I don't
it
think we
crudely.
should derive what other people did in the past as a moral thing that we should be doing going
I'm
forward,
not,
right?
I'm not morally correcting it. I'm not saying it's fine. I'm just saying
Or
that
just because
all of the practices that we took care in the past and we now do it, I think it's something that carries on and it's been proven that it's been fine and it's been good.
well, it's not been
the
good
world
for the
keeps-
animals, right?
the-
It's
the-
bad for
the-
the animals.
The world keeps spinning, the animals keep rebirthing, everything keeps going in a loop. We still have animals, we still have the ecosystem, everything is in balance.
Well, it's
So-
actually it's not in balance because the animal agriculture is contributing to a ton of pollution and there's
Yes, so does the
a
plant
lot of
industry.
climate change. It's a bad industry all around.
So
but
does
but
the
more
planting
and more
industry.
the worst thing about it is, let's say even if it would be sustainable and circular as you say it, the fact that it's 80 billion animals per year are slaughtered for something that is unnecessary but rather
I
choices
don't
of
think it's
people.
unnecessary, and it's been proven that it's not unnecessary. That's why we're discussing this. You're telling me it's unnecessary because you think it's unnecessary.
I don't think I
And
know.
Some organizations have said it's unnecessary, but
I more than one.
Well, I said
all
some.
doctors, all of it. It's a pretty much a scientific
yes, there are
consensus
a lot,
that it's
and
not
there are a lot
necessary.
of doctors, and there are a lot of organizations that said that meat is needed. So we're encountering here a wall which we're not
I
going
don't
to
think
cross to
there
the
is.
other side.
I don't think there is anybody who says that meat is needed. I think everybody acknowledges that it's a choice.
No, I don't think that everybody acknowledges that it's a choice. I don't think that.
Okay, so then how would all of these people survive? Let's put it from your perspective. You say meat is needed, right? How would you then explain to me that vegans, so many vegans worldwide, still survive and actually thrive and actually live longer than omnivores, let's say?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how meat and vegetables.
But you still
affect
have an
that.
opinion on it, so that
Yes, I
means
do have an opinion.
so when you have an opinion, that means you can justify your own opinion. So justify.
I think that meat provides all of the nutrients and all of the vitamins and everything that we need to survive and thrive in this world. That's it.
It may do that, right? As you say, in your statement, you say that meat provides all the nutrients that we need. It's true, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other nutrients that
No, then
or
why,
other.
why would I give up a diet in which I have everything just to eat one plant and then have to supplement it with 30 other things?
First of all, it's not 30 other things. It's not just one plant. It's multiple,
It's
several
just a way of
plants.
saying, don't take my words and
I'm
just-
sorry. I need to be sure that it's not. That is not what you believe. And second, it's the reason why to do it is because there's the cruelty and the suffering behind it. And if you
Well,
were
I
in their
don't believe
shoes,
in that.
what
I
you
don't
did
believe
do?
that that's cruelty or suffering behind what we eat. I
Would
don't
you
think
eat a
that.
dog, for example?
I don't eat a dog because nobody has eaten a dog and told me that it was fine to eat it. I don't know.
So if somebody would tell you that dogs are
I
fine
had
to eat.
pet chickens and I ate the chickens. So
But a
if
dog,
that's what
would
you're
you eat a
telling
dog?
me. If I had to, then I would.
If you don't have to, you go home and you don't have to eat a dog, would you
I
choose
wouldn't
to
eat
kill
it.
a dog
No,
and eat it?
I would
Okay,
choose to
so
eat it.
then what is the difference between a dog and the chicken that says one deserves to die and one doesn't?
I have created a sentimental relationship with the dog that I care about it. If I
That
would,
dog, but it
if
would be
I
a
would,
different dog.
let me speak. If I had to eat a dog because I was hungry or whatever, I would. If I had to eat my dog because of hunger, then I would. If I had a cow and I had it as a pet and I had to eat it, and I wouldn't because I love that cow. Just as if you told me that I had to eat a human, I wouldn't eat my sister because I love her so much. I prefer eating a stranger.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Am I to understand that only if you have an emotional connection to these beings that you think they are worthy of life? Otherwise, you are okay with them being chosen to be killed for food.
No, you're talking about worthiness of life, and I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying
Do you
I
think
do not
animals?
kill animals. I do personally not kill animals. I just eat what they give me and what they're bred and done for.
But you pay for somebody to kill them.
Yeah,
So isn't that your own responsibility? And isn't it?
Not
Well,
really.
what is the difference between you killing them and you paying somebody to kill them? Isn't the same? Isn't it the same responsibility? You're
I
still.
don't think. No, I don't think that's the same responsibility.
Isn't it the same as saying I'm not the one who killed the person? The gun is the one that killed the person. I merely just pull the trigger.
No,
No.
no.
Okay. Well, it seems like we're not going to get to any consensus,
No,
so I
we're
don't
not
want to
going
pull
to
you
get
any
into any
further.
consensus,
I would
yeah.
just I would just urge you to, because the reason why I stand here and I'm trying to be so adamant about it is because there is a lot of animal suffering behind it, and I also used to justify it and think a lot, and I just think that if you care about not having too much suffering in the world, especially within
I would start with
sentient
people, not
beings,
with animals.
I don't disagree with that. It's just that would you think that a world where
I
we
think
a
the
world-
animals are the last resource to be taken care of.
I completely agree with that, but would you say that a world where where we would actually value every sentient life would be a world where we would most definitely value human life more?
Yeah.
So then, if you could yourself today, because when you say fight for human rights, right? I sometimes do that also. I stand up and fight for human rights, but the only choices that I make every day, 3 times per day when I eat, is one choice where I can stand up
Me
for the
not
world.
eating
That
me not eating a burger is not going to stop people killing cows. And I am not in disagree for people killing cows or pigs or whatever they kill to eat. I don't disagree. So if I had to make the choice, then I would keep on eating meat. Even if the world hunger is solved and even if the climate change is solved and everything and the world it's at peace and whatever, I wouldn't stop
what
eating
if you had to
animals.
kill the animal yourself?
I would do it also. If I had to, I would.
Okay,
If I had to survive, then I would.
but not survival. Again, not survival situation.
If I
and
lived
a
on a
choice
farm and I
situation.
had an animal and I had to eat it, then I would kill it. Yeah.
But if you lived in a city, there was
And they
no
told me
need.
that I had to kill the animal to eat it. Yeah, no, I would.
Okay, so you don't value any animal's life.
It's not something that I think that they have a life to live. I mean,
So you don't think their life values to them just as much as yours does to you?
not really.
No?
No.
So what about your dog? Do you think your dog values their life just as much as you value yours?
If the dog had the chance to eat me, it would.
But I'm not, and that's not what I'm saying, right? I'm asking you if
If the dog does not-
their dog, if they value their life, their own life. If your dog values their own life as much as you value your own life. Because to anybody, if you ask me, if I look at anybody on the street,
Yeah.
I don't know how much they value their life. They're
I
strangers
value
to
my
me.
life a lot, but
We can come to an agreement that everybody I know and every being will fight and doesn't want to die, correct?
yeah.
Right, so that means that they do value their life. So that means because they don't want to die. If they wouldn't value their life, they would just say, okay, kill me, and it's okay. They would just sit there and allowed to be
And
killed.
surrender.
And
Yeah.
surrender, right? So animals do value their own life. So in that
But
sense,
you're saying that animal survival instinct is the same as a human survival instinct. You're saying it's the same.
I'm not
You're
saying
putting
it's
them
the
on the same category.
No, I'm saying there's obviously levels of sentience. Human beings will obviously be way more sentient and more sapient than animals, but that doesn't mean that animals do not have a level of sentience that is worthy for them to not be exploited and murdered
Yeah, I
unnecessarily.
don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that humans are sentient and sapiens for a reason, and that animals do not develop
What's
their
the
brains.
reason?
I don't know the reason. I'm just telling you. for a reason. And then that's why we can speak, we have logic, we have reason, and animals are still kept with their instinct.
But
That's it.
when I ask you that if you could speak to animals, that means you acknowledge that animals would be capable of thought and
No,
speak.
you're just telling me a hypothetical question and I answered. That's it. If I had a superpower, what would it be? It's the same freaking question.
Oh, so you don't believe that animals are capable of thought?
I don't really think so.
No, did you see your dog ever having dreams or nightmares?
Yeah,
So do you think those are not thoughts?
yeah. No, I don't think they're thoughts.
What do you think those are?
I think they are like just responses to the ambient they're living in.
So you believe that animals are just simple automatrons that are living their life, right? That's
Yeah.
as far as I understand. And
Yeah, I don't think they have thoughts. I don't think they have memories. I don't really.
and would you be surprised to find out that there's several studies that claim the opposite, that animals do have thoughts, that animals
Yeah.
do have memory, and that animals are capable of learning as also.
Fantastic.
Just like we are slow learning and fast learning.
Yeah, they learn as a reward system, like Pavlov said.
We
yeah.
also did the same. We also learned as a reward system.
Yes, but it's proven that we have a lot. Well, we have intelligence which animals don't.
I mean,
We
yeah,
have the
animals have
reason.
less intelligence, but they have intelligence.
Yeah, but you're putting animals at the same level as persons.
I
and
am
they're
not. I'm clearly saying and humans are more intelligent,
Yeah.
humans are more
No.
sapient, and humans are more
Humans
sentient.
are intelligent.
But
and-
what I'm saying is that just because we're more intelligent, more sapient, and more sentient, doesn't mean that we get to do this for we get to do this for them. Just because they're less intelligent, less sentient, or less
we're
sapient.
not doing that. We're not doing that because just because they are less intelligent or less sentient. We're doing that because it's what it is. We need meat. We eat meat, and we need to get it from somewhere, and we get it from the animals because there is nothing else that we can do.
Okay, yeah, we can't get reach an agreement because you seem to think we need meat.
Yes, that's it.
yeah.
That's the thing I proposed at the very beginning.
Yeah.
When I started talking. I know we need meat, and I agree with that.
Yeah,
With that statement, and
yeah.
I'm not going to change my mind about that.
You don't have to change your mind for me or anything. I would say just look into it because you are definitely wrong about this, and
Then why am I wrong and you're not wrong?
it's not
just because you have
it's not
done
that I'm
research-
right. Let's just put it this way. It's not because I'm right. I don't care about being right. I am not the type of person that cares
Just
about being
because
right.
you put up. Listen,
It's
this
about
kind of, I want to say something because this kind of videos and this kind of people where you're having conversations in the street, you come here well prepared with studies on your mind, with things that you have read, and you come here and you talk to people who don't have those type of things that you've been studying. I mean, I'm here in
That's
I'm
why I
here
told you to
in the
prepare.
Netherlands. In the Netherlands, you know, I'm from Argentina. I didn't come here reading about the studies that say that we need meat or that why are humans more intelligent? Why do we do this? Whatever. So you're bombarding me with information saying me you're wrong because this one says
I just said
this.
that right now.
Yeah, whatever. So I just want to say clear that I cannot justify everything that I say because I do not have my resources on the hand.
Okay.
As you do to prepare for these videos.
And that's okay.
That's just
and that's
what I
okay.
wanted to say.
That's what I wanted to say is I don't mean,
Otherwise,
I don't
you're
mean
going
to
to
say
make the cut on this, whatever you like.
I'm not cutting on any of my I'm not cutting any of my videos ever. I will fully post them if while the camera fell down, nothing. It's all
Nothing
filming and
happened.
good. Yeah, exactly. I post them, no problem. My whole point isn't that necessarily. I'm sorry for saying you're wrong and I'm right. That's not where I'm going from. I'm more incentivizing you to look more into it because if you would
I do
let me
study
just
a
put
lot.
it.
I do study a lot,
Let
and
me
I
just
still
put it.
don't
Let me
agree.
just put it this way. You're right. I came here with the knowledge having it, and if you were to find out that animals are sentient, let's just put it this way. I'm just posing the last hypothetical, and I'll let you be. If you were to find out that animals are sentient, sapient, and intelligent, just not as much as us with any of those, but they are
Then
capable
animals
of
will
those.
dominate us just in like Animal Farm.
But you were to find out that any of this is true, would you consider animal farming as cruel if it's unnecessary?
If they were the same as
Not the
humans.
same. I severely
no.
said not the same. So then, because you see, this is where I'm confused. Because if a human being would be less intelligent, less sentient,
And we
and less
still do,
sapient,
less sapient, and we still have abortion. So I have not a say on that. I do not believe in abortion because I think it's cruel because it's a sentient, intelligent person there that you're killing. So if it's in the same category as an animal as a human, then I would stop doing it.
so any human being that is mentally challenged, that is,
I don't believe in abortion. I don't believe in.
I didn't
Yeah,
say
no.
abortion, but the person that is mentally challenged,
No, I
that's
wouldn't
not
kill them.
capable of intelligence as
They
much
are
as us.
capable of intelligence. They are lacking intelligence just because they have something something done with their whatever, with their system.
Okay, so let's say somebody who isn't capable, who is absolutely, doctors will say, will look at it, they're absolutely incapable of intelligence. Would it be okay to farm those people?
To what?
To farm them?
To farm them?
Yeah.
Oh no, they are still people. They're still human. They are capable
Okay,
of that.
so then you see what I mean. But what is the
No,
difference?
I know what you mean,
Human
but you're
is
telling
just a species.
No, because you're still comparing me humans to humans. Animals are not humans.
Humans are animals.
Yes, but animals are not humans.
Exactly, but if
Animals
humans
are not
are animals, it
yes,
means that
but
human
animals
being
are
is
not
just a
humans.
categorization,
That's why I
right?
tell you, I didn't say humans aren't animals. I said animals aren't human. Yes? So that's where we don't agree. I think that as long as animals
No,
are
we
not
agree.
humans,
Animals are not human. I don't
as long
think
as animals are not humans, then I'm okay for them to be killed.
any animal,
Any animal.
regardless of the reason.
Whatever.
Okay.
I don't eat dogs. In China maybe they eat dogs, they eat cats, whatever.
But you see, there is some logical inconsistency there
I don't
because you
think
don't
there's
need
illogical.
dog.
I don't eat dogs because I find them pretty and I like them.
So if an animal is pretty, then they're worthy of
If I
being
had
life in your
no,
view.
I'm not telling you. I said I find it pretty,
In
and
your
I
view, in
find
your
it.
view.
In my view, no. If it's my pet, I won't eat it because I like him.
But any
But if
other
I had
dogs
to
would
eat
be
them,
okay.
and I would.
Any other dogs, not if you have to, but if you choose to. Any other dogs you would
But I'm
choose.
not choosing to. I think I need them. That's where where we are not going to agree. I think we need meat to eat. Yes, I'm not choosing. I'm not going around the street and saying I choose to eat meat, so I'm going to have a dog. If I had to, then I would too. Okay? Now I'm not choosing. I need it. So it's not. It's not something that I choose to happen.
We're going in circles again.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for having this conversation with
Yeah,
me.
thank
I would
you.
say look more into this need because I disagree with this and I have looked into it and I don't think it's needed. You can look into it from your own perspective, obviously, but that's why also I pose this hypothetical. If you would find out that you don't need it, what you would do. Yeah, I would say
If
first
I
of all,
found out that for sure, for real, no human would die after eating only plants, then yeah, I would stop consuming animals. But I
Okay.
would not be fighting for the rights of them because I've been in the same.
you don't have to
position.
fight for their rights. It's just I don't sit here to tell people to do what I do, but rather to question their own choices about whether animals actually should die or not.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's a choice for me. That's why we disagree.
Yeah. I agree. Can I give you a card anyway? Because I feel like well, now that you said this, but I would only give it to you if you look into it. Because if you don't, if you're not gonna look into it, I'm not gonna provide you with a card. There's no point in you throwing it away.
No, I will not throw it away. I never do that. I always do my research.
Okay, so first of all, yeah, I would agree. Do your research about whether it's needed or not. Jesus, my fingers are frozen. Okay, so if you go on this website, Three Movies, that We the Free, it's one of the organizations I sometimes do activism with. I'm not with them right now. I just have some cards from them.
Okay.
You'll find there a documentary what happens in the animal industry.
I know what happens. I've seen.
Yeah, it's gruesome, right? And
I don't think it's that gruesome. I think
Okay.
it's worse what happens with people.
I don't disagree that it's not bad what's happening with people. I don't want to say which one is better or which one is worse because that's that's already
that's not on
classified.
your line of thought.
It's not just that it's not on my line of thought. Is that even if I weren't a vegan, I would say it's very difficult to justify the level of suffering between different people, let alone between different species and all of this, right? Because how would you say with 3 people suffering equal to 1 person suffering? No, not necessarily, right? Suffering is not quantifiable, so I cannot justify
Yeah.
which one is better or worse.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say. Yeah, look into all that. What's your name, by the way?
Teresita.
Teresita, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Look into
You
all
too.
that, and my channel is Vegan Power Lab. If all of it is okay, I'll post the
Yeah,
conversation.
it's fine. You should really start doing this in summer.
I'm gonna do it in summer. I also do it right now. I have 4 pairs of socks and I'm frozen, so I get it. But I come here and speak up for the animals twice per week, and then another time with the organizations in the weekend.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I hope you have a great life, and
Thank you. You too.
And I really hope the best for you, and I really hope that if it's real what you say, and if we come to terms with that, then so
Please
be
look into it. Just
I'll
please look into it. Promise me you're gonna look
Yeah,
into
I'll
it.
look
You
into it.
promise?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.